Welcome to my channel. Value quarter dollar. The 1985 P. United States half dollar is officially known as the 1985 P. Kennedy half dollar. It was produced by the United States Mint at the Philadelphia Mint, which is represented by the small p mint mark found on the coin. The Kennedy half dollar series began in 1964 after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, and by 1985 the coin had become an important symbol of American history, patriotism, and remembrance. The obverse, or front side, of the 1985 P half dollar displays a left-facing portrait of President Kennedy designed by sculptor Gilroy Roberts. Above Kennedy's head appears the word, liberty, which is one of the oldest and most meaningful inscriptions used on American coinage. It represents freedom, democracy, and the ideals upon which the United States was founded. The phrase, "In God We Trust," appears on the front of the coin below the portrait. This national motto was officially adopted by the United States and began appearing widely on coins during the 19th century. The date, 1985, appears at the bottom front side, marking the year the coin was struck. To the right of Kennedy's neck is the P mint mark indicating production in Philadelphia. Before 1980, Philadelphia coins often had no mint mark, but beginning in 1980 the P became standard on most denominations, including the half dollar. The reverse side of the coin was designed by Frank Gasparo and features the presidential seal adapted into a heraldic eagle design. The eagle holds an olive branch in one claw and arrows in the other, symbolizing the balance between peace and military readiness. Above the eagle are stars representing the states of the Union, while rays and clouds create a dramatic patriotic appearance. Around the edge appears the inscription, United States of America, identifying the nation of origin, and below that is the denomination, half dollar. Another important Latin inscription on the reverse is, E pluribus unum, which translates to, out of many, one. This phrase reflects the unity of the American states and people into a single nation. It has appeared on American coinage since the late 1700s and remains one of the most recognized mottos in the country. The lettering style on the 1985 half dollar is sharp and formal, giving the coin an official and dignified appearance. The 1985 P. Kennedy half dollar was struck in large quantities mainly for collectors and limited circulation because half dollars were not commonly used in everyday commerce during the 1980s. Most Americans preferred quarters and dollar bills, so many half dollars stayed in bank vaults, mint sets, or private collections. The coin is made from a copper nickel-clad composition rather than silver. Earlier Kennedy half dollars from 1964 contained 90% silver, and coins from 1965 to 1970 contained 40% silver. But by 1971 the series transitioned completely to copper nickel-clad coinage to reduce production costs and preserve precious metal supplies. The 1985 P half dollar weighs approximately 11.34 grams and has a diameter of 30.6 millimeters, making it one of the larger modern American circulating coins. The edge is reeded with small grooves running around the side. Collectors often examine these edges carefully to verify authenticity and identify errors. The Philadelphia Mint produced millions of these coins, but despite their high mintage, well-preserved uncirculated examples remain desirable among collectors. Coins graded in exceptionally high mint state conditions by professional grading companies can be worth significantly more than face value. Some collectors also search for rare minting errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or weak strikes. Error coins from the 1985 P series may command premium prices depending on rarity and condition. The inscriptions on the 1985 P half dollar carry deep historical and symbolic importance. Liberty traces back to the ideals of the American Revolution and the creation of the United States as an independent republic. In God We Trust reflects the religious and cultural traditions that influenced American society through different periods of history, especially during times of war and national challenge. E pluribus unum symbolizes unity among diversity and remains one of the foundational expressions of American identity. Together, these inscriptions communicate patriotism, national values, and political philosophy through a small everyday object. Coin collectors often appreciate Kennedy half dollars not only for their monetary value but also for their artistic design and historical significance. The portrait of Kennedy became one of the most recognizable images on American currency, preserving the memory of a president associated with youth, optimism, the space race, and civil rights progress. During the 1980s, when the 1985 P coin was produced, the United States was experiencing the later years of the Cold War, rapid technological growth, and significant political changes under President Ronald Reagan. Although the half dollar was not heavily circulated, it still served as a national symbol connecting Americans to their history and institutions. Today, the 1985 P. Kennedy half dollar remains widely collected by beginners and experienced numismatists alike. Many people search through bank rolls hoping to find uncirculated examples, while others purchase mint sets issued by the United States Mint. Coins in average circulated condition are usually worth close to face value. But brilliant uncirculated coins or professionally graded specimens can carry collector premiums. Special attention is given to coins with strong luster, minimal scratches, and sharp details on Kennedy's hair and the eagle feathers. The 1985 P half dollar also represents a transitional era in American coin collecting when circulating commemorative interest was growing and the public increasingly saved coins as historical keepsakes rather than spending them. For many collectors, the Kennedy half dollar series combines artistry, politics, history, and patriotism in a single design. The presence of inscriptions such as "Liberty, in God We Trust," and "E Pluribus Unum" transforms the coin from a simple piece of money into a reflection of national identity and American ideals that continue to influence the culture and symbolism of the United States today. The next top. The 1994 British £1 coin featuring Elizabeth II is an important part of modern United Kingdom coin history and carries several traditional Latin inscriptions that reflect centuries of royal and national symbolism. On the obverse side of the coin appears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II created by Raphael Makhlouf, used on British coins from 1985 to 1997. Around the portrait is the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, which is abbreviated Latin for, Elizabeth II, Dei Gratia Regina. Fidei Defensor, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. Defender of the Faith. The title, Defender of the Faith, was originally granted to King Henry VIII by the Pope in 1521, and later retained by English and then British monarchs. The reverse side of the 1994 £1 coin features the Scottish thistle design, representing Scotland within the United Kingdom. Around the edge appears the famous Scottish motto, Nemo me impune lacessit, which translates to, no one provokes me with impunity, or more simply, no one attacks me without punishment. This motto has been associated for centuries with Scotland, the Order of the Thistle, and several Scottish military regiments. The phrase reflects themes of strength, protection, and national pride. The coin itself was made primarily of nickel brass, weighed 9.5 grams, and had a diameter of 22.5 millimeters. During the 1980s and 1990s, different reverse designs represented the four nations of the UK in alternating years, making the 1994 Scottish design especially recognizable among collectors. Although the original round £1 coin ceased to be legal tender in 2017 after the introduction of the new 12-sided pound coin, many collectors still value the older versions for their historical symbolism, inscriptions, and changing national designs. The 1994 coin is not usually rare in circulated condition, but uncirculated examples, proof versions, or coins with minting errors may carry additional collector value depending on condition and scarcity. The next top. The 1996 British £1 coin with the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, and the edge lettering, Decus ET. Tutamen, is one of the classic old round pound coins issued by the United Kingdom before the modern 12-sided £1 coin replaced it in 2017. The obverse, or front side, of the coin features the portrait of Elizabeth II created by engraver Raphael David Makhlouf. Around the Queen's portrait appears the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 1996. The abbreviation stands for, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensatrix, which translates into English as, Elizabeth II. By the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. D.G. means, Dei Gratia, by the grace of God, Reg, means, Regina, Queen, and F.D. means, Fidei Defensatrix, Defender of the Faith, a traditional royal title used on British coinage for centuries. The reverse side of the 1996 pound coin represents Northern Ireland and shows a Celtic cross with a pimpernel flower at the center surrounded by an ancient Celtic torque or collar. This artistic design was created by Norman Silman as part of the famous Four Nations series of pound coins that celebrated the identities of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The Northern Ireland design used in 1996 symbolized Irish heritage, ancient Celtic culture, spirituality, and unity. The edge inscription, Decus ettutamen, is written in Latin and means, an ornament and a safeguard. Historically, this phrase appeared on British coins to discourage clipping and counterfeiting because the engraved edge made tampering easier to detect. The phrase itself dates back to the 17th century and has been used on British coinage for generations. The 1996 coin was produced by the Royal Mint in Launceston, Wales, and was made from nickel brass, giving it its characteristic golden color. The coin weighed approximately 9.5 grams and had a diameter of around 22.5 millimeters. Nearly 90 million examples were minted for circulation, making it a common coin rather than a rare one. Although collectors still value it for its historical and artistic significance, the old round pound coin became famous for being heavily counterfeited, which was one of the major reasons the British government eventually introduced the new 12-sided bi-metallic £1 coin in 2017 with advanced security features. Despite being demonetized in October 2017 and no longer accepted in shops, old round pound coins remain collectible items, especially in excellent uncirculated condition or in proof in silver versions issued by the Royal Mint. Some collectors also search for error coins, unusual edge inscriptions, or counterfeit examples as part of numismatic study. The 1996 Northern Ireland pound coin remains popular because of its elegant Celtic imagery and connection to British and Irish cultural history. It represents a period when each yearly pound coin design honored different parts of the United Kingdom through heraldic and national symbols. Today, the coin is remembered not only as currency but also as a piece of late 20th century British history and royal heritage. The next top. The 1997 British £1 coin with the inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD, and the edge lettering, Decus et. Tutamen, is one of the most recognized old pound coins of the United Kingdom. The portrait on the front shows Elizabeth II wearing the George IV state diadem, designed by sculptor Raphael Makhlouf. Around her portrait appears the Latin abbreviation, Elizabeth II DG Reg FD 1997. This stands for, Elizabeth II Dei Gratia Regina Fidei Defensatrix, which translates into English as, Elizabeth II. By the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. These traditional royal titles were used on many British coins for centuries. The reverse side of the 1997 coin features the famous Three Lions of England, designed by Norman Silman as part of the heraldic series representing the nations of the United Kingdom. Under the lions are the words, £1. The edge inscription, Decus ettutamen, is also Latin and means, an ornament and a safeguard. Historically, this phrase was used on milled coins to prevent clipping or shaving precious metal from the coin edges because damaged edges were easier to notice. The coin was minted by the Royal Mint in Launceston, Wales, and was made from nickel brass with a weight of 9.5 grams and a diameter of 22.5 mm. More than 57 million circulation pieces were produced in 1997. So normal examples are common rather than rare, although proof and brilliant uncirculated versions are collected by numismatists. This design became especially memorable because the old round £1 coin series was later withdrawn and replaced in 2017 by the modern 12-sided pound coin with enhanced anti-counterfeit technology. Many collectors still keep the 1997 version because it represents the final year of the Raphael Makhlouf portrait era on circulating.